This field, we have two crops. We have the lettuce and the cucumber, and each of them have different production systems. So when you talk about the lettuce, it runs through from the nursery, the transplanting, and harvesting. But when we come to the cucumber, we have the nursery stage, we have the transplanting stage, we have the time we will do the trellising. After trellising, we will have the flowering, fruiting, and also harvesting. So on this field, we have the drip irrigation as long as the plastic mulch. And the plastic mulch is done in order to conserve moisture and also prevent pests from infesting the produce. And also the drip irrigation helps in fertilizing the soil through the fertigation process, and also helps in providing precision agriculture through timely supply of water. So currently we are working on about 0.6 acres. We have exactly 47 beds.
47 beds.
Yes, and 22 are cultivated with lettuce, and the rest are cucumber. So we counted 3 beds, and we're having 1,100 per 3 beds. To cultivate vegetables, the best is the sandy loam, but over here we have a bit of a sandy loam and also clay soil. And even though the soil is not the best as recommended by everyone, because of the practices that we are using, we are still able to produce the quality that we are expecting. And that's because of the system that we have put in place. So the biggest mistakes farmers do is they don't investigate, they don't research. So, and also they don't have water source, because mostly Ghanaians are depending on rain-fed to cultivate their vegetables, even though it works, but only seasonal. So if you also do your research well, you know the kind of crops to do, and also the time to cultivate and the right amount of water needed for the crops for it to grow very well. The plastic mulch that we are using now, if you realize, at first, previously, the plastic mulch they used was a total black one. But right now, because of the temperature, we have the white one to reflect the rays from the sun. And also the plastic mulch also serve as a form of moisture conservation mechanism to conserve water in the soil when it doesn't rain. And also when it comes to pests, sometimes the heat that has been accumulated in the soil destroys some of the pests and diseases, which controls some of the common pests for these vegetables. So in order to determine the right amount of water, we check how big your field is, and we have a formula that we use, and based on the formula to show the right amount of time you need to irrigate. So we have an irrigation pump, and the power is about 1.5, and it will also determine the length of each bed, and based on those specific information, we know for how long we need to also irrigate the field, and also the nature of the soil. If the soil has a high moisture retention capacity, we don't over irrigate, but if it's very low, we just reduce the time for irrigation. Fertigation basically is applying fertilizer in the irrigation water, and which also serves as a nutrient source for the plant. Comparing that to the traditional method of maybe broadcasting, or fertigation is a form of precision agriculture whereby the crops receive the right amount of nutrients required, because the total nutrients needed by the plant is going to be dissolved in the tank, and that nutrient is also going to be dripped into the soil. But our process of fertigation is through the venturi system. So the venturi is like a suction that sucks the dissolved fertilizer into the pipes, and it helps us irrigate the field.
What pest and disease affect cucumber and lettuce? And what management practices did you put up on this field to see the healthy plant we are seeing?
Okay, so some of the pests that affect the cucumber, the lettuce is the aphids and also the white flies. And some of the diseases that affect the plants are the rots and also the mildew. And some practices that we do in order to prevent that is to constantly scout the field, that is checking on it from time to time. And we also avoid over irrigation that can cause that. And also we apply pesticides on the right time to prevent the pests from also trying to munch or destroy the plants, because they also serve as vectors to transfer some of these diseases and also affect the quality of the crops.
Okay. What agronomy practices are essential that you can recommend for farmers to ensure they have a premium market-ready quality vegetables on their farm? If not here, but for farmers who are watching you today.
Okay, so the first thing that the farmers do, which is a mistake, is the seed quality. They just go and buy seeds from some local vendors without even knowing the output or the germination rate or anything. So the farmers need to buy improved seeds, because right now there are seeds that withstand certain diseases and pests. Yeah, and also they also have to take care of their plants very well. You know, vegetables are very delicate crops. They are like babies. You need to pay more attention to them. So on this field here, we do daily scouting, but you know, it's recommended that we scout one every 2 days or 3 days, but we scout daily. And also because the field is not all that big, so we have more time for the crops. So yeah, so they have to pay attention to the crops.
Okay. From transplanting to harvest, what are the critical stage where farmers must pay attention to the crops?
So when we talk about lettuce, for instance, if you nurse lettuce after 2 to 3 weeks and it starts emerging, we can transplant. And that is also very critical, because when you are transplanting and you don't take good care of the plant, you might damage it. So the best thing to do is to soak the trays with some water. Then it's going to make it very easy to take out and transplant it carefully.
Right.
And people just plant it too deep or too shallow. So you have to make sure you get a right amount, a right depth of about 5 to 10 centimeters, and plant your lettuce very well. So when it comes to the cucumber, the time for transplanting is about a week or 2 weeks, and mostly depends on how fast the true leaf is formed. When this improved variety that we are working with, which is the Midas and the Dairy, it took about a week for the true leaves to start forming, and by 2 weeks exactly, the true leaves were formed fully, and meaning that it was time for transplanting.
Okay.
Yeah. So
how many weeks does it take lettuce to mature?
4 weeks after transplanting.
4 weeks after. But the nursery takes how many weeks to do?
3 weeks for lettuce and 2 weeks for cucumber.
Okay, so and cucumber takes how many weeks to mature fully?
It takes 6 weeks.
Okay. How long will you harvest your cucumber for before you cut down the plants and replant?
So with this improved variety, we are planning on harvesting, I think, twice or thrice
Before you would replace the plant. But for lettuce,
the lettuce, you after harvesting, then you replace it.
You bring the new ones.
Yes, please.
Okay, what role did the student play in this whole project financed by HBP through GNPCC?
Yeah. So the students, in collaboration with some of the teachers, paid timely visits to the field, especially from the plowing all the way to the transplanting and to the trellising and the bamboo setup. The students also showed curiosity. When they are passing by, they ask, what kind of lettuce is this? What variety is this? What plant is this? And some also wanted to have a hands-on
experience.
Yeah.
Right.
So we also engage some of them in the transplanting process, and where we teach them how to transplant and the times that you have to transplant, and some of the good agronomic practices you need to do in order to have a good yield.
Right.
And we are not just preaching about vegetable production. We are preaching about profitable vegetable production because there's a notion whereby they said anyone who farms is a dirty person. I've had experiences where people will be like, oh, look at this farmer guy, and I have to talk to the students and explain that if you look at this plant, this is the amount that you get. This is when you are serious and you're able to plant one full bed, you're going to make about 5,000 to 10,000 Ghana cedis. And he was shocked that within 3 weeks you can make 5,000 to 10,000 Ghana cedis as a student. So through those kind of education, it's encouraged some of them and they come on their own without their teacher to come and even ask.
Assist and learn more.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. So the bamboo and the ropes, what role are they also playing in the whole process?
Yeah, so the bamboo is with the ropes is to support the cucumber plant. Because the cucumber needs to be guided, in order to grow well. When it grows well and straight, there's going to be airflow and it's going to have enough space to flower well, and the fruits are also going to develop very well. Yeah, and the fruits also won't be on the ground.
It will not touch the floor.
Yes. Because we need to produce.
All right. Thank you very much, Nat.
Thank you too.
We are not done yet. I'm going for a quick breather. When I come back, Nat will tell me a bit more about
EC meter.
I don't know. I thought ECG is the only one who uses meter. Agronomists are also using meter. So let me go for a quick breather. When I come back, we'll talk more about this and in the life of these vegetables we are seeing here. This is the Ghanaian Farmer. My name is Zenyunam, and seated next to me is Nat. We'll be right back after this. Stay tuned. Mr. Apo, thank you very much for joining us on the Ghanaian Farmer
Thank
TV.
you very much, Zenyunam.
For those who don't know you, briefly tell us who you are.
Okay, so my name is Barnabas Apum. I'm the immediate past project coordinator for the Horticulture Business Platform. More or less, I was at the beginning of setting up the whole platform. I've been working with the Ghana Netherlands Business and Culture Council for a decade, and I'm now back to do my further studies and then also running my own horticulture business. So basically, I am a sector player that is interested in the horticulture sector and also supporting donor partners to really ensure that their projects are implemented in the country.
We've seen HBP or Horticulture Business Platform all over the online portals.
Yes.
But what is HBP?
Okay. So HBP, basically the meaning in Horticulture Business Platform. So the initial idea is that in the past, the Dutch Embassy and its partners, what they do is that when they run programs, so the Ghana Veg is an example, Hortifresh is an example. They come with funds and then they run a program for like 5 years or 10 years, and then it is gone. Once they are done, it is done. And so in 2022, GMBCC, where I worked then, we submitted a proposal to the embassy that, why won't we form a permanent business platform that will champion the sector, the horticulture sector. A lot of people didn't even know what the horticulture sector is all about. And so we decided to do a number of studies, and then we tried to bring together key people who are really sector players. That is one. They are already doing something that is in the sector, and then they can contribute to growing the sector. So we were able to reach out to some of the key companies and we brought them together to form the core team. So basically, the Horticulture Business Platform is a business association that brings together key people who are within the horticulture sector. Even though the support is coming from the Dutch Embassy and GMBCC, the ownership is for the members. So these are people who are permanent people who are already in Ghana, mainly companies. And the idea is that with the core team, we'll gradually reach out to more players and bring them on board. And currently we have over 200 or 300 members that are part of the platform.
Okay, so mainly we have farmers, people into
farmers,
value addition,
SME, value addition, processing. In fact, we are really trying to, we started with the SMEs because they, more or less, whatever they do, impact the farmers.
Right.
So we categorize them in various categories. But we want to be able to get all the sectors representation within the HBP.
Okay.
So that the core team will represent each of the sector players. So if you take, for me, my business that I'm setting up, I will say that I'm representing, say, the processing section of the horticulture business. We have maybe rather than country focusing on, say, maybe value addition. Then we have, say, maybe Holland Green Tech focusing on, say, training. We have, say, East West Seed looking at seeds. So those kind of, and this becomes people that are representing the sector. So that when we speak, or we are speaking from the people because we are sector players.
Exactly.
And that is that is basically what the horticulture business.
All right. Now let's talk about this beautiful project we see here.
Yes.
What bettered this whole idea?
Okay. So one of the key things I noticed when we started working together as a business platform was that it's like you can't be talking about horticulture sector if your feet is not in it.
Right.
So we're thinking about, okay, what as a business platform can we do, first of all, to influence the sector, to create jobs for young people, and to really like be in the sector. So even though we know individually we are doing our own projects and different things within the horticulture sector, as a business platform, we're thinking about what can we do that will really influence young people to change their mind about the horticulture sector. So we decided to say, can we come out with a project that can be worked with these secondary schools? So you can see that this is in OWAS.
Exactly.
It gives opportunity for young people to see in practical sense. If you have not come here, you know that this can be done in just a few weeks.
Exactly.
So that we can actually give practical experiences to young people and to show to the world that horticulture is not just about the talk, but then it is about reality. So we got some funding from the PSD2 through GMBCC from the embassy to pilot this. The whole idea is to be able to showcase that this is possible. And then once it is done, imagine if you can have this across all the schools, secondary schools that we have in the country. So that one, it becomes something that HBP can be proud that we have brought to the schools. But then also to change the mindset of the young people about horticulture. It's a business.
Right.
It's an area that after all the theoretical things that you have learned in school, you can actually plant something. You can actually do something. And the whole idea is how do we change those minds? So that's how we came out with this pilot project. And it was supported. And now I think I'm very happy when I see young people coming here and say, oh wow, this is possible. And they can make a lot of money from this, you know.
Okay, so let's talk about briefly collaborations, partnerships for schools who might see this video and would want to be a part of this project. How are they the ones to write letters to you, or how do you get schools on board?
So first of all, when I started this, I went to a number of schools, not so much as those, especially in the we wanted to start this within the urban areas to see how it goes. And then we can actually expand this to also company. With this similar in Eden Tree, where we set up this simple farm. They manage it, they take care of it. So like this one, we have a teacher here. He is the owner. We are basically kind of partners to bring the funds to ensure that this thing works. So that the young people can come in and learn and also pick it from there. So our idea is to see how do we, first of all, we need to look at the funding aspects. Because with this, it takes some level of funding. But how do we get it rolling? So if we get a lot of schools that are really interested in something, we can make it a case. Go back to the embassy and tell them, you know what, this is something that we've done. This is the pilot that we've done. Look at the number of schools that are interested. Can we get funding to get this in schools? Imagine if all the schools can be even eating this in their kitchens.
From the garden,
to the kitchen. It's not better than all the things that we are importing.
Exactly.
You know how important it is in our country.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
So
Very true.
That is what we will.
Great. For farmers who might want to be part of HBP, but don't know where to find you, emails to write to you, or social media, how do we find you?
You know, I mean, Ghanaian Farmer is one of the easiest, very well-known media platform, and that's why you are our partner. There's a lot online. All you just need is just go online and Google HBP, and you can get some contacts and call or send an email. I want to be part of the HBP, and we can easily, and it's free. If you're a business, you can just join for free, and then once you are growing, then you can say, okay, I want to get this benefit. Just like example, I think we are doing some program with you where you go to each of these companies to profile them. Currently, it's free. We are doing it for free. Imagine you get all these media people come to your company and showcase what you have at no cost to you. Wouldn't it be interesting? And we are struggling to still get people. So we recently I sent emails out to invite more people so that they can join that. And that's what we were trying to do. To show give exposure to. We really need to take this issue of our own businesses, our own production to our own hands. So wherever you are, if you're a farmer, you have a business and within the horticulture value chain, please reach out to us. We are having a number of activities coming up. I'm not sure they have announced it, but we got our funding from one of the IDH for the next, I think the next 4 or 5 years coming. And we're going to be doing a lot of activities. So those are the things that we want members to come. We are focusing more on convening. And then also to be able to help members showcase what they have. So that is, so just Google and then reach out to us. And
Indeed. Google and reach out. If you are in the horticulture space
Yes.
and you are not a part of HBP, then you are missing out.
Yeah.
I always say that to give your brand the right network, the right training, the right platform to showcase and scale, becoming a member of, renowned associations are very important. And HBP, I have been with them for quite some time, and I can confidently tell you it's a place you want to be. So
Yeah.
just go on Facebook, Instagram, and on LinkedIn, Horticulture Business Platform. You'll find us there. Or get in touch with the Ghanaian farmer. If you're asking for numbers, we have a WhatsApp platform. We can add you and you become a member. Don't be a solo farmer.
Yeah.
Become a part of these groups or associations that can help you grow and shape your business in the right direction. I'm going for a quick breather. Another team member from HBP would be here to also enlighten us more about these projects and many others like Barnabas mentioned that are coming up and how you can fully participate and benefit. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Eliana. My name is Daniel Ajitianang. I am the head of agronomy for Holland Green Tech Ghana. The role that Holland Green Tech played in this particular project is by providing the technical support to this particular project, where we actually had trainings on nursery production. So we helped in the nursing of the seeds and then also organized technical training on how to go about the nursing of the seeds itself, as well as the irrigation system installation over here. We've also done trainings on how to actually set up a complete irrigation system just like we have over here, as well as also helping with the nutrients management over here, as alongside the trellising system and the general management of the place. Yeah, so basically that's the role that we played over here in making it work.
I'm Hilde, I'm head of the GNBCC, and I'm very excited to be at the HBP/WAS farm. Okay, the GNBCC is empowered by the Netherlands Embassy with the private sector development funds. And the Horticulture Business Platform is one of our programs that we run under private sector development. I was personally very excited by this collaboration with WAS. So from the early days, as GNBCC, we came here with the HBP members to discuss about the land and to agree with the teacher on how we would manage this together. Well, I think it's wonderful because it ticks a lot of boxes. It creates added value on the school grounds. It gives the students also opportunity to learn and to get trained. And it does put very healthy food on the students' plates as well. So in terms of education, it's very important. Students that are well trained can then go on and start their own farm. It's a very valid business model. And I really do hope that this can be an example for future rollout in and to create other school farms where people can get trained and have exactly the same benefits.
My name is Catherine Kobeduse, and I'm the board chair of HBP. And this is a wonderful project that HBP has done in collaboration with partners. And we've done this at WAS School. And for me, the most important thing is teaching the youth how to smart farm. Okay, we now really need to move away from hoe and cutlass. We need to go into smart farming because the environment is becoming a bit more challenging. The climate, we need drip irrigation, not to waste water. Water has now become a very precious resource. So we really need to manage it well. And when the youth learn how to smart farm, that becomes jobs, creating jobs for themselves, where they can even employ their colleagues, or they can come together and partner, okay, and then grow produce and then market, rather than going looking for jobs, because jobs are not easy to come by now. So this is particularly exciting for me because it is for the youth. I have been in the agric sector for 30 years. Now it is the youth that need to come up. I'm done. I'm soon retiring, but the youth need to come up and continue this journey. We need to be able to feed ourselves, okay, reduce imports and feed ourselves. So we need all our youth to be able to gear themselves towards agribusiness. And with agribusiness, if you look at this farm, it is not just the planting or the plants. You know, there are seeds. From the seeds, then you come to the plant. There are trays. Trays are used for planting the seeds. There's the material in which you use to nest the seeds. There are chemicals that you use to control the pesticides. Okay, so there's different areas within agribusiness that if you want to go into, you can specialize in that particular field. And the more farmers that are going to come up, the youth that want to do smart farming will give opportunity to other youth to also specialize in areas that all promote smart farming. So really, for me, this is special, and I really look forward to other schools taking this on board, you know, agreeing for us to come in and do this and train the youth so that there's an opportunity for them to experience the practical side of the theory that they are learning in the classroom.